Hare Krishna. 4.8 Bhagavad Gita is a very, very important sloka. It is very well known. It is often quoted in the Bhagavad Gita. It is told by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna himself. This sloka is unlike most slokas. It is really, really important. We should understand this. I myself have done a lot of mistakes before I have come to ISKCON. I will give an example of these mistakes later. So let's just recite it once. Paritranaya sadhunam vinasaya cha dushkritam dharma samsthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge. Translation: to deliver the pious and to annihilate the miscreants, as well as to re-establish the principles of religion, I myself appear, millennium after millennium. Yuge yuge, millennium after millennium. So Krishna says that he appears in this material world for two reasons. To deliver his devotees, the sadhus. So the actual meaning of sadhus is one who is 100% engaged in Krishna consciousness. Then only he is accepted as a sadhu. Even though such a person may be neither learned nor well cultured, he is still considered a sadhu if he did 100% engaged in Krishna consciousness. So that was the first reason, to deliver his devotees, to deliver the pious. And he also comes to annihilate the duskritas, or the wrongdoers, or the miscreants. So the main reason why he comes is Krishna for delivering his devotees. Just like when a father is gone for a long time, his sons are longing to see him. In the same way, all his good sons are longing to see him, but all his bad sons, they don't want to see him. Even though Krishna came so many times, none of the people in the world, thought that he came, and they didn't respect him coming. So only the good children of the Lord, or the dad who is Krishna, those only are excited to see him. So for this reason Krishna comes to this material world. But he comes mainly for that. And he also comes to annihilate the demons and duskritas. But the main reason is still to deliver the pious. Because Krishna, has many agents. One such agent is the material nature personified as Durga Devi. She is keeping all the people in this material world as under Maya. So Durga Devi always has her trident or a trishul. And out of that, the trident, there are always 3 spikes. So those 3 spikes are the 3 miseries. So she pierces the demons continuously with that trishul. And the 3 spikes, as I told, are the 3 miseries. Adi Bhautika. Bhauta actually means living entity. It's caused by other living entity. For example, mosquitoes, or even a bed bug, or a leech. Next, Adi Daivika. Caused by material nature, like earthquakes, hurricanes. Next, Adhyatmika. Adhyatmika is done by one's fate, caused by own mind and body. So although Krishna says Vinasaya cha duskritam, the main reason why it comes in Pranitranaya sadhunam, that is to deliver the devotees, he also simultaneously cures the demons. For example, Hiranyakashipu and Prahlad Maharaj, and Vasudeva and Devaki. The main reason why Krishna came to the world is to deliver Vasudeva and Devaki. But simultaneously, he also completes the second reason, to kill Kamsa. Similarly, he gave pleasure to Prahlad, but he also killed Hiranyakashipu, who was a demon. There is actually a well-known story about Akbar and Birbal. If you go through Birbal's books and his stories, you'll come across this. This is a very famous pastime of Akbar, because it relates to the Bhagavad Gita and our present situation. So the Mughal Emperor Akbar was a really good emperor. He was quite educated and cultured, and he respected Hinduism. That's the most important thing. And also he has in his court he has a really wise person like Birbal. He's really clever. So unlike Aurangzeb, who is from the Mughal Empire, he was really tolerant of other religions. In Madura, Aurangzeb, he was so cruel that he even built a mosque in the area where Krishna was born, in the jail. That's how cruel he is. But Akbar, he was a really good emperor. So in his court, they all were reading actually Bhagavad Gita. And they came across this same verse where Akbar asked his question. He told, why should Krishna come to this world to deliver his devotees? Why can't his agents deliver his devotees? So Birbal said to wait some days. He was very wise, so he knew obviously what to do. So Birbal said to wait some days and then he will get the answer. So Akbar had a 3-year-old son. He's very small. And one day during bath time, he was carried over a pedestal. And they were bathing him in a pool. And suddenly they dropped him into the pool. And then Akbar saw this. And he jumped into the pool and lifted his baby up. So Birbal, it was his plan about throwing the baby into the pool. So Birbal was watching this and asked Akbar, why do you come personally to save the baby? Why didn't you send any of your ministers? Akbar responded that out of my love towards my baby and to ensure that my baby is safe, I myself came. Then Birbal replied saying that in the same way Krishna, out of love towards his devotees, he personally comes, that is Paritranaya Sadhunam. When Prabhupada says millennium, is it 1,000 years? By the English dictionary, we understand that the meaning of millennium is 1,000 years. But is it really 1,000 years? No. But how can we confirm that it's not? It was used in the sense of yuga, but the yugas are much more longer. That's why it is always important to listen to this knowledge from a guru. By the parampara system only you can understand this knowledge properly. When I first read the Bhagavad Gita, even I understood it as a millennium as 1,000 years. I was having the habit of Googling about it. At first I thought a millennium is 100 million years, and then I saw the Google meaning and it was 1,000 years, and then I was unclear while reading. So I had to inquire a spiritual master. I understand it from a spiritual master. Then and only I could understand it. The guru should be approached for the knowledge. We cannot learn it from Google. Google is not a real person. It can't be our guru. That which cannot be taught by scholars or bookish knowledge or websites or anything like that, and that which cannot be known by our own intelligence, that can be told by the guru. I can quote an example here. Tadvidi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadekshanti te gnanam gnaninastatvadarshinaha. So Krishna is telling Arjuna, just try to learn the truth by approaching a spiritual master. Inquire from him submissively and render service unto him. The self-realized souls can impart knowledge unto you because they have seen the truth. Pranipatena actually means by approaching a spiritual master. Pariprashnena means give submissive inquiries. Why should we inquire submissively? So what does that mean? We should be very humble while asking a question. And we should not have any false intentions while approaching a guru. For example, you should not think that you should give a question to think that your guru, he doesn't know the answer for the question. You're proving that he doesn't know answers for your questions and he's not a wise person. We should not do like that. We should approach him humbly. I can give one other example here. So in one of HG, His Grace Radhesham Prabhuji's sessions, he gave an example of a person who came to ISKCON with a false motive. The only reason why he came to ISKCON because he wanted to travel abroad. So he was very good, but after some weeks they understood showing himself. So every time he would approach, Hare Krishna Prabhuji, can I go abroad and preach over there, Prabhuji? Hare Krishna Prabhuji, can I go to US, Prabhuji? So we should not approach a guru with false intentions or ask questions to test him. So we should listen to him very attentively, just like we are listening to what he is telling the first time. Although we have knowledge about scriptures, we should ask him further. I myself have made a mistake of this. I can give the example. So I was actually learning table tennis outside in a club. So then my school didn't have an option of table tennis. I was waiting for it. And then they kept an option of table tennis. Then an actual coach had come. So I went to that coach and I was glorifying myself. I was trying to test him whether he was good enough for a teacher. I was always glorifying my club teacher. So I was not listening attentively because I thought that I knew everything. And then he taught. Then I understood my mistake finally, and I got to know even more. I got even more progress. So this is how we should understand from a guru. When we should not try to test him, and we should understand that the guru can, if you know some knowledge in the scriptures, the guru can give even more knowledge. Now let's come back to our sloka. We are talking about yuge, millennium after millennium. So the incarnation in the age of Kali is Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who spread the worship of Krishna by Sankirtan movement, and so he came to spread Krishna consciousness throughout India. So why did he actually come? He didn't kill any demons. Why did he come? This was an avatar which comes only to deliver the pious and devotees. This avatar actually didn't even come to do that. Half of that and one more reason, to establish religious principles and telling how to preach and how to do Krishna consciousness in the Kali Yuga. So the Kali Yuga, it is very troublesome. So he came himself in the form of a devotee to actually show us how to worship Krishna. In the sense of a devotee, it means the devotee of Sri Krishna. There's actually a very beautiful verse emphasizing the man word, me word. Man mana bhava mad bhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru mam evashyasi yaktvevam atmanam atyaparyahana. Man mana means to think always about Krishna. Mad Bhakta means to become a devotee. Madhyadi means to worship Krishna. Man Namaskuru means offer obeisances to Krishna. So what Krishna is telling that? Think about me. Become my devotee. Worship me. Offer obeisances to me. It is really simple. That's all we have to do, but we should do it with 100% attention and keep it at the center of our heart. So that was the Lord's personal instruction in the Bhagavad Gita. But people, they still don't understand properly on how to know about Krishna, how to worship, or how to become his devotee. So Krishna had to come again in the form of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to show us by his own example on how to become a devotee, how to always think of Krishna, and how to worship and serve him. Because we are in Kali Yuga, and people in Kali Yuga are very materialistic, they don't even have interest for spiritual life. And if by chance a few are interested in spiritual life, they usually get influenced by Maya and other people. It is very, very difficult to make progress in spiritual life. Because in Kali Yuga, people are generally lazy, slow, quarrelsome, and they quarrel on little things, small things. Kali is everywhere quarrel between husband and wife, brothers, friends. It is the age of hypocrisy. They try to show off what they are not. Memory becomes short. Abilities become lower. Lifespans reduce. Previously, disciple used to hear from a guru and he would understand as it is. He can even say to others. He himself can become a guru and adopt some disciples. The same thing even when repeated to 100 people. When you go to the 100th person and ask, what is it, you will hear the same thing what was told by the guru to the first person. Shruti and Smriti. Shruti is what is heard and Smriti is what is remembered. By now in Kali Yuga it's almost impossible. If we do the experiment in Kali Yuga, the 100% he won't even remember of the scriptures. He won't even remember of a small sentence. If you do an experiment and you tell a small sentence and you ask it to pass it to the 100th person, and then when you inquire from that 100th person, the answer will be not even related to the context of the original sentence. He'll tell something completely different. So this is why we need books in the Kali Yuga to remember anything. By disciplic succession, we are not able to remember in the Kali Yuga. So we need books to remember. Srila Prabhupada, he was so merciful that he wrote so many English translated books. English is the worldwide renowned language. So everybody knows that language, most people. So Srila Prabhupada, he hand wrote so many books using the typewriter. Thousands and thousands. He's so merciful and he wrote all these books, making us remember these holy books and scriptures. But then about these books, a bigger problem arises. That of authors making their own versions. If they favor a character in a holy book and they want to glorify him, even though he loses, they want to glorify him. For example, Karna, they want to glorify him. They make their own versions and they make it completely fake. So we should choose the version we read from very carefully, and we should read it from a bona fide person who we trust him. Like Srila Prabhupada, we always trust him. So all these are the symptoms of Kali, glorifying a person who is in reality bad. Kali Yuga is a very difficult age, especially for spiritual age. It's one of the darkest age, and therefore the Lord himself comes in a very special form. He himself comes as a devotee of Krishna. He comes to this world to show how to serve Krishna. So one such form of the Kali Yuga is the form of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he appeared in West Bengal on the Purnima, the night of Falguna month. The appearance of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is celebrated as the day in every year, Gauri Purnima. This avatar is unlike all avatars. In this avatar, instead of killing demons and dushkritas, he tries to deliver these dushkritas and demons by his causeless mercy. So this is Vinasaya Chadushkritam. So what is the takeaway from this sloka? The key is to get Krishna's attention. So let's take the example of parents and child relationship. If some or the other parent or other kids hit your child or hurt your child, will you be happy? No, right? Because you are very attached to them and you like them very much. Similarly, Krishna will be very pleased when we are very kind to the devotees. So we should never ever offend any devotee, since by doing so, we are not only offending the devotee, but we are offending Krishna himself. Krishna, he will always try to protect his children. Hare Krishna.